Hello everyone, what's popping? What's good? My name is Eniola Igbason of Impact is Any Angel. Welcome back to my channel. To start with, I have something really interesting to share with us today. To be very honest, this is something that I've always wondered about, but I never really knew what it was, why it's there, and just the function of it generally. If you're really interested in what we're about to talk about today, stay tuned. So guys, we'll be talking about something called smegma, okay? Yes, you heard me right, smegma. And what is smegma? Smegma is just a naturally occurring substance that is produced around the male and female genitalia, which is our external reproductive organ, okay? So how is smegma produced, right? So for both male and female, we've got sebaceous glands, and this sebaceous glands also produce oil that lubricates the genitalia. Now in this case genitalia, so this sebaceous gland that produces oil mixed together with dead skin cells, mixed together with moisture from sweat, and this all coming together, they produce what we call smegma. Now what does smegma looks like? Smegma looks like cheese. I know a lot of us will be like, no, I'm never having cheese again. Yeah, but smegma looks like cheese, right? And it can also look like a shiny white pearly thingy that is just around the penis of a man. So now where can smegma be found? Smegma, you would find smegma just growing around. For male now, you find it just under the foreskin. And you can find it around the penis as well. In female, you can find smegma in between the labia. So the labia is just the outer genitalia of a female. So you can find it just around the labia, and you can also find it around the clitoris. So what smegma is not is harmful, contagious, and not an STI. Okay. So you do not have to be worried about smegma. You cannot escape its production, but you can prevent it from building up too much, because when it builds up, it causes so much trouble for you, and you don't want to have to go through all this trouble. When smegma builds up, one of those things it causes is that it causes odor. Okay, it's building up and you're giving it the opportunity for bacteria to grow and thrive and develop and feel very good, like it's their father's house. You allow bacteria to build mansion. We don't want to start treating infection, because once that happens, it leads to infection. A common infection that occurs in male especially is blantitis, which is the inflammation of the glands. Okay, another one that can occur is blanophostitis, which is the inflammation of the foreskin. We don't want to treat something we could have avoided. We don't want to have to start treating something we can avoid. Now, another thing I would like us to know about smegma is that it mostly occurs in uncircumcised men. Okay, because in uncircumcised men we have the foreskin covering the whole tip of the penis, the either head of the penis, and you can't get through under the foreskin to clean. If at all you want to start cleaning the penis just to take away the excess buildup of smegma, so that's where we have buildup of smegma commonly. The main function of smegma is to serve as a lubricant and also to keep the external genitalia moist. Okay, especially for male, when they want to urinate, it is easy for them to retract the foreskin back and forth, able to urinate without pain, without any trouble. Okay, so that's basically it's to help to keep the external genitalia moist and also serve as a lubricant. Okay, now, how do we care for buildup of smegma? Okay, like I said, you cannot avoid the production of smegma, but when it builds up, that's when it becomes a problem, because it can lead to infection and it can also become smelly. It can be very unpleasant. So you want to avoid that, you want to prevent that, and you also want to reduce that from occurring. So how do we do that? By taking your genital hygiene very seriously. I can't emphasize the importance of hygiene enough. Practicing good hygiene will help you. Try to Clean that area with warm water, like once a day or even twice a day. Okay. So clean the area, clean the foreskin, clean the labia, and clean the clitoris when you're having your bath. Make sure you clean with warm water. No soap. You don't have to use soap, but if you want to use soap, make sure it is mild, not something scented, not something too harsh, and you don't have to scrub. You don't have to clean harshly. Okay. Also, in uncircumcised men, I know it could be very hard to retract the foreskin just to get to that underneath and clean properly, but you can gently just clean around the penis very gently with water, of course, and not anything harsh or scented. Avoid retracting the foreskin forcefully. If at all you're having trouble or you're not comfortable with whatever it is that is growing or building up down there, you can see your physician, your doctor to give you a better advice about that. Okay. Also, I would like to leave this because for mothers, if you have your child and you're very concerned about an infant or a younger child and you're trying to think of how to help them get rid of any smegma buildup, try as much as possible to be gentle about cleaning the tip of their penis, and do not retract the foreskin because we do not want to cause harm to the penis. And this is because growing up, infants and little boys, their foreskin is attached to the penis head just by a tiny membrane. So we don't want to rip that off or damage that and cause them pain or damages that could be really fatal. So try as much as possible to be very gentle while taking care and cleaning your children genitalia. If you've tried, doing the cleaning regularly and you still find out that they still build up and you can't just seem to get rid of it, please go to your physician, go to a doctor and make your complaints. Trust me, you will get the help that you deserve, the help that you need, instead of you being there and doing nothing. So try to do that today and see how that works for you. If it doesn't, try to visit your doctor. If you find my video educative, impactful, and interesting, leave me a thumbs up and that'll be very nice. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and also turn on the notification bell just for you to be the first person to receive the first hand information coming from me. Thank you so much for sticking around. Adios.